It's our CNN, my colleague Barbara Starr is reporting that the Pentagon may recommend to the president the deployment of conventional ground forces in northern Syria beyond just the small groups of special operators that are there now. Would you recommend sending those additional troops in numbers into that fight now?
Well, I would have to know a lot more than I do about what the mission would be and what exactly the forces would do. But I do believe that since the failure to enforce the red line back in the previous administration, that was a colossal mistake from a strategic standpoint, and I have been advocating that the Pentagon dust-off Operation Provide Comfort in 1991, which was a Kurdish relief operation where we also handled refugees, and we established no-fly zones, no-go zones. And I think at the very least, the penalty to Bashar Assad for having used chemical weapons on his own people should have been to forfeit a piece of his territory for where refugees could have been handled, and it might have prevented the flow of refugees into into Europe. So I think it depends on what the mission is and what that force does, and but I think I'm sure the Pentagon's hard at work at it, and I'm anxious to see what they come up with.
Do you blame General Jones, President Obama, for the degree of the current refugee crisis from Syria?
No, I don't blame him. I think it was a mistake to draw a red line on a certain issue and then fail to follow up on it in any meaningful way. And I think that caused a lot of loss of confidence in the will and of the United States in this very important part of the world. I know of no part of the world that is more important from a security standpoint to us and to our friends in Europe and by indirectly to the NATO alliance.
General Jim Jones, thanks very much for joining us from Germany.